Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going over the new Shaolin that is part of the Wulin faction that was added in the Marching Fire update. He's a very complex character that could take some time to learn, so I've taken the liberty of making this in-depth tutorial to hopefully help you all in playing Shaolin. Things to consider. He is a he is a hybrid, so his renown gain is reasonably balanced across all activities he has. So, capturing points, killing minions, and killing players, going on kill streaks, and the like. However, due to his assassin-like nature, he is most easily done through defending points, or just capturing them, or um, or just killing players, as he is not very good at killing minions, but well, especially in Breach, that is, in Dominion, he's reasonably well. But still, he's very difficult to get around due to his low health pool. Now, because of this, he does have a reflex guard, because he has a very high assassin nature, like I had said. So, if you ever have to block long attacks, it's good to use the proxy guard method, which is if you have to block an attack from the left that takes a long time, block to the right, then back to left, block to right, then back to left, or top, then back to left. And likewise for right attacks. Of course, sometimes my guard goes back because I actually have the I actually have uh con my dead zone too low, so I probably should set that back. There we go. There we go. Reasonable. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. Now on to his top light. His top light is his opener, as it is only 400 milliseconds, and as well as is the fastest attack in the game, other than Orochi Storm, much like Peacekeeper Zone, Orochi second light, and Valkyrie second top light. These are all 400 millisecond attacks, and only like the Peacekeeper Zone, the Shaolin top light can be done from neutral. However, his side lights are 500 milliseconds. So basically the same speed as Kensei Zone, Warn Lights, Kensei Top Light, Orochi Top Light, Peacekeeper Light, so on and so forth. Now, with that in mind, we will go on to his Infinite Chain, known as Relentless. To start off the Infinite Chain, all you have to do is start with a light or a heavy and continue alternating between those in succession. His chain light is 400 milliseconds as well, so making it very difficult to block. However, it is very predictable by doing so, as you can only continue the chain by doing light and heavy. However, you can feint it into light and especially top light if you're doing the heavy, as well as don't forget heavies being blocked can allow you to continue to chain. So you can do heavy, and if it gets blocked, continue with the light. However, if the light gets blocked, your chain ends, so on and so forth. Now, things to keep in mind. You can finish the chain by doing the same attack twice. So if I do heavy, then I do heavy, the chain will end and I can no longer continue. Same for light. You can continue this mid-chain as well. And so on and so forth. Next up, we have this dodge heavy. It does not have much range, and unfortunately, it does not track dodges, so it's not the best, but at the same time, it does give you decent attack damage and a decent form of a counterattack. However, unfortunately, that ends the chain, so you cannot continue any chain from it, and therefore, it is not as viable as Kensei's Dodge Heavy or Peacekeeper's, unfortunately. Next up, we have Death Point Strike. Now, your side lights are slower than your top light. However, unlike your top light, you can do 3 side lights in quick succession if the first one lands. For instance, if the left light hits once, I can do 2 lights right as it hits in order to initiate Death Point Strike, which is a triple light that will deal a total of 24 damage, such as so. It's good to delay after your first hit to make sure it works. As this is mostly happening in real time, I do I do 1 light, and as soon as I know it hits, I do the other two very quickly. This can be done from the right side as well. However, this cannot be done from the top, as any attempt to will just initiate your chain finisher light. However, the death point strike ends the chain as well. However, you can do just the second light to not end the chain. My bad. So, you can choose to do 2, or you can choose to do 3. Remember, the third one ends the chain. It's very important. It doesn't sound like it's important, but there's another thing to consider. He has what is called a chi stance. If Shaolin is to do an attack that does not end the chain, he can hold that attack button to enter a chi stance. For instance, to put into perspective, if I do a light and then hold the light button as I'm doing it, I will enter what is called chi stance. It will cost minor bits of stamina, but at the same time, I am given a different half of my moveset. Same for heavy, same for chain light, same for chain heavy, and so on and so forth. However, this does not work at chain finishers. So, chain finisher light, can enter chi stance. Chain finisher heavy, can enter chi stance. Dodge heavy, can enter chi stance. However, death point strike, I cannot enter chi stance if I finish it. However, if I do only the 2, I can enter chi stance, immediately attack with another chi stance attack, which we should get into. So, things to consider. In chi stance, you can do the following: taunt by pressing the Y or F or G keys on the mouse and keyboard. So you can taunt. I believe he also has a hold taunt as well. No, it just changes depending on stance apparently. Your stance is invisible in chi stance, so that's things to consider. From chi stance, you can do the taunt, as I had mentioned, and kick, which is a 500 millisecond attack that is very quick. So it is very, very hard to dodge on reaction. However, at the same time, it is also not that big of a deal, as after kick, you are only guaranteed a single light. However, after the kick, you may also choose to do a sweep, which is completely reactable to dodge to, and you are guaranteed a triple light combo of death point strike. However, you may choose to also do, my bad, did the wrong input there. You may also choose to do, I keep pressing guard break too many times. You may also choose to do the unblockable top heavy after after the kick, which is not guaranteed. They can parry it. And this is also true for the teleport kick feet that Shaolin has as well. So this is parryable. However, it is very difficult to do so. And it's also dodgeable as far as I know, and even roll away fromable. So this isn't guaranteed, but if your opponent is caught off guard, it can be very useful. However, the unblockable heavy can also be done from neutral as well to do 5 more damage. But again, it's very predictable, as well as it can also be feinted, and I believe it can be feinted after the kick as well. It can. Very powerful, especially if you consider this. Oh, I didn't do that right. Yeah, very good. Stamina draining is crap, but I mean, it can get the job done if you need something. Now, since the kick is very fast, your opponent will most likely dodge on prediction rather than reaction. So to combat this, you can do a dodge heavy, which has the undodgeable property and also tracks very far. So if I can do it from here, it will go all the way to the Peacekeeper, which is insane tracking. I actually very much like that. So if your opponent tries to roll, run away, or dodge, they will always be caught by that attack because it has the undodgeable property, as well as insane forward movement. Making it very, very interesting also for for anti-ganks and multi-people fights, or group fights, as I probably should have mentioned. Tracks very well, as well as if your opponent doesn't dodge the kick on prediction or reaction, but instead waits for a dodge heavy, you may also choose to feint, guard break, and continue chain, and so on and so forth. Very powerful cheese dance combo, 50-50 almost, as it has a very small reaction frame as well as can be very good. Now, the another thing he has is he can do cheese dance lights as well. So what you do is, I simply am stupid. I forgot to mention this. Since you were holding different attacks, if you were holding an attack in cheese stance to activate, such as I am holding heavy right now, to simply do a heavy attack in cheese stance, just let the heavy go. And to do a heavy attack from cheese stance when you're holding a light, just simply press a heavy at the same time. I forgot to mention this simple method, and probably wasn't easy to follow along with. I apologize. So, as I was saying, it's like a dual Highlander's offensive form, if you will. Much more difficult. You cannot move during this stance as well. Yeah. So, in Chi stance, or Key stance, whatever you want to call it, he also has lights from it. His top one is 500 milliseconds, being the fastest, while his side ones are 600 milliseconds, being the slowest. However, the top one stuns, and they all have the crushing counter property. So if I am to... Where do I customize my opponent? There we go. So if he were to do a heavy. Well, it appears to be only programmed to do zone at the moment. So yeah, you got an idea right there what the crushing counter looks like. Yeah, it's a very generous crushing counter frame. So that's as you can see, it's very good to have something like that, as you can play defensively in cheese stance using your cheese stance lights, and then you can go straight back into it and continue your chains from there. And mixing in feints makes it very powerful, yet complex character, creating your own custom combos as well as effective mix-ups. Very fun. Now, things to mention are his parry counters. Uh, oh, that's how you do it. I was wondering where it was. I apologize. So let's have him do a heavy attack. Who do a heavy attack? So I need you to do a heavy attack again. I don't know why I parried early. I apologize. I am an idiot. After a heavy attack, you are given a free death point strike. However, like I have recommended in the past, do 2, and then go to your cheese stance mix up. And so on and so forth. Very powerful, yes. Next up, we also have her light attacks. After her light attacks, my strong recommendation is to do a light, a heavy, and then a light, and then do and then go into cheese stance from there. However, you are only guaranteed the heavy, and the light is 400 milliseconds, making it very hard to dodge. And then you can play like that. However, like I said, light is parryable, but because of that, you can also do several things such as do heavy into heavy, as they probably parry the light and they'll eat the extra 10 damage, resulting in a lot of health loss. Very good. Now, next up, we also have the there should be a stamina option. There it is. They added that in Powered Marching Fire. I love that. Okay, guess I'll do this. Upon being out of stamina, crap, I forgot to. Well, upon being out of stamina, the Shaolin is given a free heavy, and I believe a light is the max punish. However, I could be wrong. And then you can go into cheese stance from that. However, the safest option is, of course, Death Point Strike into something else. I did not do that right. And you can go from there. Max punishes haven't been fully discovered for Shaolin as far as I'm aware. However, there are a couple that you should be aware of. For instance, I can't seem to get my opponent to do it because it's a bot. But I will try to get her to do it because and she's supposed to be attacking constantly, but I don't know how to do that. Move cooldown. No. I should probably just let her go ham on me. And here we go. Well, basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get her to parry while parry. I'm trying to get to parry her while I'm out of stamina, so I can show you guys the full punish of that. Well, what you're supposed to do when you parry someone that's out of stamina is you can do side heavy into top heavy from cheese stance very quickly, and that's your max punish. But I can't seem to replicate it with the arena bot because I am bad with the arena bot. But enough of that. Next up, we have his deflects, because Shaolin, due to having reflex guard, also has a deflect. So let's get into that, shall we? Upon deflecting an attack, do a heavy, and you'll be granted a free unblockable 25 damage attack. However, once this happens, you can immediately follow up your chain, or, my favorite, enter G stance from it. But following up would probably be more useful if I can actually deflect an attack, because I seem to be dodging too early. Very powerful. Yes. So, that is all for Shaolin, other than his zone, which seems to be very weak. And he can feint at any point in the chain. However, it's increasingly difficult to do it as he gets further into the zone. And it does very weak damage, so it's not very good for clearing breach minions. However, it is for normal minions because it's a multi-hit zone. But yeah, like I said, that's about it for Shaolin. If you guys did enjoy and you want to see more, please make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see all you dudes later. Bye.